is Friday, September 13th. Did you know that everything you learn on a Friday the 13th, you remember 7 times more than other days? No, it isn't. I just made that up. But you could pretend it's true, and then you might learn a little bit more. So if you have your notes out, today we're going to be talking about place value. Place value is important. If you have a number like 456, the 4 is in your hundreds, the 5 is in your tens, and the 6 is in your ones. If we didn't have place value, people wouldn't know the difference between 456 and 645. They'd just be, oh, those are the same numbers, right? It's got a 4, it's got a 5, it's got a 6. That's the same numbers. It doesn't make a difference. Well, yes, it does make a difference. Oh. Okay, I think I just remembered something that's cool with place value with numbers. I'm going to see if it works. I don't know if I remember it exactly. But do you see what would happen if I add 456 and 645, 1, 0, 1, 1. I don't know, I'm trying to remember this thing. See if this works. I'm going to pick another number. 238. No, it doesn't work. I thought it was going to work. Never mind. Okay. View, zoom. Now our place value is also going to help us with what we're going to be doing next is working with decimal numbers and fractions. Here are our decimals. Was everybody done that first page or should I go back? I'll go back. In decimals, we sort of go the same way in the other directions, but there's no ones when you get to decimals. There's just tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. And I think, I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to add the TH on the end of these words because they become some of the worst English words to pronounce. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths. I think if you work with decimals long enough, you might develop, you might be able to have a problem talking because you're doing that all the time. Millionths. Yes. So tenths, hundredths, thousands. So there's no, like, with regular numbers, there's ones, then tens, then hundreds. In decimals, there's no oneths. The first thing is just tenths. And so that's going to help us because when we change things to a decimal, if we have 1/10 as a fraction to a decimal, or a decimal to a fraction, that's 1/10. And if we had 0.02, that 2 is in the hundredths, that's 2/100. Or if we had decimal 1, 2, well, that's 12 over 100. Because it's 12 hundredths. So anytime that number on the bottom of the fraction, you can add those THs to make it crazy, right? What's that? 1/6, right? What's this? 1/8. Notice you're just adding the th on the end. Okay, are you ready for it? What's this? 1 tooth. No, it's not a tooth. What do we say for that one? 1/2. Yeah. So for 2, you don't say tooth. For 3, you don't say threeth. What do you say? 1/3. But for 4, you say 1/4. So that one works out. Or 1/4. This one doesn't quite work. You don't say 1/5. What do you say? 1/5. The English language gets a little bit messy, right? But I really like, oh. Does that look like a tooth?
Looks like a tooth that someone has to brush.
Yeah, maybe we should brush that one. 1 tooth. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, okay. Remind me to tell you a joke about the number 3 at the end of class.
Is it a cat joke?
No, we'll get through the notes, and then we'll get through the notes, then before we do our worksheet, we'll have the joke, and then hopefully that gets you excited about doing your work. That's not, no, but I have a joke about a cat. I can do that one too. Okay, money. If someone gave you 5 $100 bills, this would be a nice thing. 7 $10 bills, that would also be a nice thing. And 3 loonies, I would like that as well. Okay? How much money would you have? No, more than that. 5 $100 bills. 7 $10 bills. 573. So, because you got 5 $100 bills, 7, and 3 loonies, not toonies. That would be even better, though. So now we're going to take this idea of changing from decimals to fractions. Oh, did I go way too fast? Do you want to write that all down? Okay. Converting decimals to fractions. So when we have 1/10, that is the 1 in the 10th place, and we write as the fraction 1/10. When we have 1/100th, that is a 1 in the 100th place, and we would write 1/100. Notice how it's so hard to say the TH that in math we often say 1/100 rather than saying 1/100th, just because it's easier to say. And if we have 1,000th, we would have a 1 in the 1,000th place, which we could then write as 1/1,000. Well, I'll give you a head start until I finish handing these out. I don't have that many jokes. If I tell you 2 jokes in a day, like,
Can you tell us your story?
the second joke?
Yeah.
But like,
The first one? Yeah.
because it was so sad?
What part did you find funny? The cat feeling part?
Sorry, but That I found funny how you said that. This is also kind of not very nice. It's like got some. Well, we'll see. Maybe. It's also like, it's got some like, oh yeah, here is the answer, thank you. Oh, 1 out of 10. I thought I had my video paused, so your comment about killing cats was actually on the video. Oh man. And 32 100ths. Hello?